Good evening, everyone.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. And you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. How are you with this cold weather?
Oh, it's really cold.
Very cold, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is. How are you, everyone?
Fine, prof. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm good, thank you. We have just we have some joining. Okay, let's have the attendance. Rama.
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Iman Haj Ali.
Here, prof.
Okay. Thuraya.
Here, prof.
Jum'a. Okay. Fada. Okay, he's not here. Mus'ab. Lubna.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Abdul Ghani. Not here. Ahmed Ra'i.
هي في الكتاب.
Ahmed, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Asawir. Asawir. Okay, is not here. Ala Rashid. Ala. Asma Bilal.
حاضر.
Okay, you are here. Sultan Badawi. Mahmoud Yassouf.
Yes, here.
Ahmed Hawash. Wa'il Haj Yassin.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Noor Nasrallah.
I'm here.
Okay. Anyone else? Is there anyone I forgot to mention the name?
Yes, واصل علوش.
Wasil Aloush. Okay. This is the first time you attend comprehension, right?
Right.
Wasil Aloush. Well, hello all. Let's begin our lecture. I will share the screen. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
it's clear.
Okay, great. Last lecture we had two texts, right?
Right.
Text number 7 and text number 8. Okay, today we will have this text or this paragraph. Okay, number 9. Yes, please, who can read?
Me.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Mr. and Miss Sims go to the market on Saturday morning.
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. Misters.
Mr. and Mrs. This is
Mrs.
called. This is pronounced Mrs.
Yes, okay. Mr. Sims never enjoys these visits. Mrs. Sims goes shopping and he sits on a box and waits for her. This morning there was more noise than usual and everyone was in a hurry. Miss Sims bought some meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. An hour passed and then a man came up to Mr. Sims. "Excuse me," he said. "Is your name Sims? Your wife has finished shopping now, but her bags are very heavy. She wants you to carry them home for her."
Okay, thank you. Yes, please, who can read?
Yes, me.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Sims go to the market on Saturday morning. Mr. Sims never enjoys these visits. Mrs. Sims goes shopping and he sits on a box and waits for her. This morning there was more noise than usual, and everyone was in a hurry. Mrs. Smith bought some meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables.
And vegetables.
And vegetables.
Yes.
An hour passed, and then a man come up to Mr. Smith. "Excuse me," he said. "Is your name Sims? Your wife has finished shopping now."
Has finished.
Has finished shopping now, but her bags are very heavy. She wants you to carry them home for her.
Thank you so much. Yes, let's have some vocabulary in this text, some new or difficult vocabulary in order to explain them. Mr. and Mrs. What's the meaning of Mr. and Mrs.?
السيد والسيدة.
Okay, I will write in the chat bar. I want to ask about the difference between them if you know. We have Mr.
Male and Mrs. female.
Yes, very good. We have Mrs. We have Miss. And we have Ms.
Mr. and Mrs. The man and the woman, they are who married.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mr.
Yes.
for man and Mrs. for
Woman.
Woman.
Yes. What about Miss and Ms?
Miss Miss
يعني
for single.
answer يعني إنه له زوجته مثلا Mr. and Mrs.
We have
No.
four titles, okay? We have four titles. We have Mr. and Mrs. and we have Miss and Ms. The last one I pronounce it as Z, Ms. Okay. So you said that Mr. is for a male, Mrs. for a female or a married female. What about Miss and Ms? Do you know the difference?
Miss يعني غير متزوجة Miss يعني متزوجة
Miss number 3, you see in the chat?
Yeah.
You see the chat in front of you? Okay. Miss, it's a single female, right? But what about Ms? Okay. We use Ms, number 4, the last one. Sorry. Number 4, like M and S, and we pronounce it as Ms. We use this title in order to call a female if this female doesn't need or doesn't want to say, for example, if she is a single or married. Okay, so this title is neutral حيادي. Okay, so when, for example, I say Ms. Aya, for example, so here I'm not focusing on the marital status. What the meaning of marital status?
الحالة الاجتماعية.
Very good. Okay, marital status. So here I'm not focusing on the whether she's single or married. Okay, and I prefer, for example, if we are calling somebody or females, or if we are talking to a female, especially in a formal speech, so I prefer to go with number 4 because especially if we don't know her well. Okay, so we don't know, is it single, is it married, is it divorced, is it widow? Okay, so the neutral title is to use number 4, which is Ms. So here I'm not focusing on the marital status. I'm not like addressing this person as if she is married or she is single. Okay?
Okay.
I will show you an image. Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So we have here Mr. Okay. And this are in red. These are the pronunciations. Okay. Like MR, it's pronounced as Mr. Okay. For example, I say Mr. Jones. And here we can use Mr. After Mr. the first name or the surname. Okay, يعني الاسم الأول or الكنية. السيد فلان. Doesn't tell us the marital status. It is, you see, like this, the man or the male is symbol. Okay, so Mr. is both for single or married, while females are not symbol as much as the male, right? So Mr. is for all the marital status. Okay. We have Mrs. and this is the pronunciation, Mrs. Okay, we pronounce it like this, but we write it. We write Mrs. like MRS. Example, Mrs. Jones. For example, this is the wife of this person. Okay, so she has the surname of her husband. All right, so Mrs., for example, Jones refers to a married woman. Okay, so Mrs. is a married woman, while we have Miss, it's pronounced as Miss. Example, Miss May. So it is it refers to an unmarried woman, like she is single. Okay, like in Arabic we have السيدة number 2 and آنسة number 3. Okay, آنسة, it's not a person that is married. Okay, she's single. And we have the neutral الحيادي, neutral one, which is Ms, and we pronounce it as Ms. Okay, example, Ms. Anne doesn't tell us about the marital status. Okay, so we don't know this person whether she is married or she is single. And I will advise you, if you want to talk to somebody or a female in a formal situation and you don't know the marital status of her, so it is like better to use this title in order to address her. Okay, if you want to contact her or to talk to her in formal situation. Okay, so this is the best way to address a woman in formal education, situation, because you don't know this person is married or single. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
You know the
Okay,
difference between
Yeah.
these 4 titles?
Can you repeat, please?
Which one?
The last.
Okay, the last one, Ms. We use Ms. with a female, especially if we don't know the marital status. Marital status, it's الحالة الاجتماعية. For example, if I ask you, what's your marital status? For example, you will answer, I am married, I am single. Okay, this is the marital status of a person. So I use Ms. with a female that I don't focus on the marital status of her. Okay, I don't, for example, want to mention if she is married, for example, السيدة, or she is single as الآنسة. Okay, so here I'm not focusing, is it married or single? This is a neutral. Okay, neutral title. Neutral like حيادي. We don't focus whether she's married or she is single. Okay, and we use this especially in formal situation. Formal situation here, I mean formal situation بالحالات الرسمية. Okay, if you, for example, at work or at university, if you are addressing or contacting contacting a female in formal situation, okay, especially in emails or in writing reports, you want to contact a female, okay, and you are talking to her formally. So it is better to use this title rather than this or this. Okay? Is it clear?
اوكي كلير يس. أنسي بس لو سمحتي ممكن إعادة اللفظ بس للأربعة.
Okay. This one is Mr. This is for the male, whether he is married or single. This is Mrs. This is Miss. And this is Ms. Okay?
اوكي جود.
هاي للرجل سواء متزوج أو لا أعزب. هاي للامرأة المتزوجة Mrs. and she has the surname الكنية, surname of her husband. A Miss for unmarried, like single women. Ms. here we don't focus on the marital status, so it can be used for single or for married female. Okay, and it is preferable to use this one, the last one, in formal situations. Okay, in order to avoid problems, especially if you, for example, address a woman or a female, and you, for example, call her like a lady, and you will be surprised that she is, for example, Miss, not lady. Okay, so in order to avoid such problems, you will go with the last one, like Ms. Okay. Okay, let's return to our lesson.
Excuse me, Miss.
Yes, Rama, go ahead.
Please, can you spell and repeat what in English الحيادي كيف تنكتب أو كيف تلفظ؟
Neutral. I think we had it yesterday or not?
ما
I think-
بذكر. I don't remember that.
Okay, so I think it is in another class. It's neutral. Okay, I wrote it in the chat bar.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I will share the screen to return to our text. So Mr. and Mrs. Sims, so they are, those are couple, right?
Yes.
He's the husband and she's the wife. And the surname, like the family name, is Sims. Go to the market on Saturday mornings. Yani each morning of each Saturday, okay, or each Saturday morning, they go to the market. Mr. Sims never enjoys these visits. You know that especially the males, they don't enjoy going shopping, okay? They don't enjoy going to the markets and to the malls and to have like shopping, right? Mrs. Sims goes shopping. Why we split or divide this word, shopping? Why we write this word in the end of this line and the beginning of the another line?
The end of line يعني.
Yes, why we write this word like in split. We split this word in 2 syllables. Okay, we write it in the a half in the end of this line, and the another half in another line. Why? Why is that?
يعني السؤال إنه ليش انكتبت هيك؟
Yes.
لأنه أجت بنهاية السطر يعني، وحتى عشان يكون على نسق واحد الكتابي.
Okay, in order to preserve the shape, this is correct. Okay, and how can we divide the word if we have, for example, 2 syllables or 3 syllables in a word? So we can stop in a syllable. So here the syllable is, the end of the syllable is shop, shop. Okay, so we can't, for example, stop at O. Okay, so we stop at the end of syllable, and we write it in the last of the line. Okay, at the end of the line, and we will start the next syllable with a new line. Okay, so the rule here is to split or divide the word, but I will divide the word at the end of the syllable. So how many syllables have we have here in this word shopping? Shopping, shopping. Okay, 2 syllables. So the first syllable will goes in the first line, and the second syllable will go with a second line. Is it clear?
هاي القاعدة ليست فقط بالكتابة الإلكترونية، يعني ممكن بالكتابة العادية.
Yes, very good. Very good. And when we want to divide any word consisting, for example, of 2 syllables and more, we will have this one. You see this sign?
Yes.
In order to show that we have complement of this word. Okay, this sign is called hyphen. Hyphen. I will write it here. Okay, hyphen. هي الشخطة اسمها hyphen. Okay, why I put here hyphen? In order to show that this word doesn't finished, right? So we have complement of this word, so we put hyphen. هاي الشخطة بنحطها if we want to complete the next syllable of the word, either in like writing on laptop, or okay, or writing using handwriting. Okay, the same technique.
Okay.
And he sits. Who is he?
Mr. Sims.
Mr. Sims. So here we are talking about Mrs. Sims, that she loves to go shopping, and he sits on a box and waits for her. This morning.
قاعدة على الصندوق وانتظرها.
Okay, yes. This is the case of all males. They hate shopping, right? They hate shopping. This morning there was more noise than usual, and everyone was in a hurry. We have another word of in a hurry, which is in a rush. Okay? In a hurry, we have another word which is similar, in a rush. Mrs. Sims bought some meat. What the meaning of bought?
اشترى.
اشترى.
Okay, the past of the word buy, right?
Right.
Bought some meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. Don't say vegetable, please. It's vegetables. Vegetables. An hour passed, like after an hour. An hour passed, it means after an hour. And then a man came up to Mr. Sims. Excuse me, he said. Is your name Sims? Your wife has finished shopping now, but her bags are very heavy. What the meaning of heavy? Are very heavy?
ثقيلة.
ثقيل.
Yes.
The weight is very heavy. The
Very
weight.
good.
يعني ثقيل جدا.
Yes, the weight. Very good. Or we can say it weighs a lot. Weighs as a verb. يزن. Okay. It weighs. GH is silent. It weighs a lot. Okay. What is the opposite of the word heavy? How can we say, for example, my bag is not heavy? What is the word here? The opposite.
Thin.
Sorry?
Thin. Or not.
Light.
Very good. Great. Light. Okay, light, it's not here like a bow. No, light here, the opposite of the word heavy. If I want to say my bag is heavy, it means it weighs a lot. But if I say my bag is light, okay, it means that it is not heavy. Okay, light here means not heavy. As an adjective, okay? She wants you to carry them home for her. She wants you to carry them home for her. Okay. Are there any difficult words you want me to explain?
What mean carry?
What the meaning of carry? Yes, this is a question for your colleague.
Lift.
What the meaning of
Catch.
carry?
Catch
Catch
the
and move it.
thing.
Sorry?
Catch the thing.
To catch the thing and lift
Okay.
it, okay?
Mm.
You know the word lift?
يعني بمعنى ينقل مثلا.
يحمل.
It's
يحمل يحمل.
catch and lift. Okay? Catch and lift يحمل ويرفع. Okay? So it's carry. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, great. So we are running out of the time. After the cut off, we will go back and I need you to tell me about the summary of this text. Okay? What does this text talk about? Okay, hello again.
Hello.
Hello. Let's return to our text. Yes, please. Who can tell me what does this text talk about? Can you give me like summary of this text?
Can I?
Yes, Lubna or Noor?
Yes. Um,
Lubna,
Mr.
right?
Okay. Mr.
Yes.
and Mrs. Smith go to the market to shopping. She bought a lot of things like fish, meat, fruit, vegetables, and her husband wait her a long of time. After 1 hour, the man told Mr. Smith to help his wife to carry all things into home, because there is things there are very heavy.
Okay, thank you. So, when do they usually go shopping?
On Saturday morning.
On Saturday mornings, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, Lubna.
you are welcome.
Okay, who can tell us about the summary?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, Rama.
Mr. And Miss Smith they usually go to shopping.
Mr. and Mrs., not Miss.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith usually go to the shopping on Saturday morning, but Mr. Smith doesn't like go to the shopping with his wife, and in that in the morning he doesn't go with her. He sat on the box and waited her his wife, and she go to the market. He bought a lot of things, fish, fruit, and vegetables. After an hour, he a man come to the Mr. Sims and told him that his wife wanted to come and carry her bags because it's very heavy.
Okay, thank you, Rama.
You're welcome.
Very good summary. So, just like we have a note here, we don't say go to shopping. We just go. We just say go shopping. Okay, without to. For example,
Okay.
she loves go shopping. She loves to go shopping. He hates to go shopping without to.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Who else?
Yes,
Yes, Ala, go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Uh, go to the market on Saturday morning. Mr. Sims never enjoy this visit, like fish, vegetable, fruit. Your wife has finished now, but her bags are very heavy. She wants you to carry them home for her.
Okay, thank you, Ella.
Thank you.
Miss, one question, please.
Yes, Lubna, go ahead.
Question. We say Mr. and Mrs. Smith go to the market shopping or go to the market to shopping or not?
Sorry, what's the question?
We say go to the market to shopping. That's right.
What is the full sentence?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith go to the market.
Yes.
To shopping. That's right.
We say, for example, to have shopping.
Go to have shopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Go to the market to have shopping.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Yes, anyone else want to share the summary?
Yes, me, please.
Yes, Mahmoud, go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith go shopping on Saturday morning, but Mr. Smith is not enjoying in this visit, and her wife was bought a lot of things, for example, meat and fish and vegetables and fruits, but it was very heavy, so she asked her husband to carry this and go to house.
Okay, thank you very much. But we don't say, for example, she was bought. Okay, we say just she bought. She bought. It's me in the past. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mahmoud. Okay, let's have the questions below the text. Okay, now we have these questions. We need to answer them as usual in a form of a paragraph, okay? And please try to use transition words. You know transition words that we had in the composition class?
Yes, linking word.
Very good. So try to use linking words. For example, try to use but, and, so, however, for example. Okay? The transition words or linking words that you use in order to move from one sentence to another. Okay? While answering these questions in a form of paragraph, so you will have at the end of answering this question like a similar to this paragraph, okay? But try to use transition words from moving from while moving from one sentence or one answer to another. We will link them by linking words. Okay? So is it 10 minutes enough?
Yes, it's enough. Yes.
Okay, so take 10 minutes in order to answer these questions, and I will be waiting for you to listen to your paragraph or to your answers in a form of paragraph. Okay? So after 10 minutes, you will read your paragraph or your answers. Okay, see you after 10 minutes. Okay, have you finished?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Can you read, please?
Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Sims go the market on Saturday mornings, but Mr. Sims
Go to the market. I said go shopping. It doesn't need preposition, but go to the market. It needs preposition.
oh sorry, okay. But Mr. Sims doesn't enjoy it.
Very good.
However, in this morning, his wife bought many different things, such as some meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. During she bought them, he waited her for an hour. At the end, Mr. Sims wanted her husband to carry home all things that she bought them.
Okay, thank you so much. Rama, can you tell us about the transition words that you use?
Yes, I used but and however,
Yes,
such as
very good.
during and at the end.
Mhm.
Yes, that's I used.
Okay, and you used them correctly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Can I
great.
read?
Yes, go ahead, Lubna.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith go to the market every Saturday morning. Mr. Smith never enjoys this visit because his wife bought many.
Please, can you
Many.
repeat because I didn't hear you from the beginning.
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Sims go to the market every Saturday morning. Mr. Sims never enjoys this visit because his wife bought many different things such as meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. Her husband waited an hour, and then Mrs. Smith wanted her husband to carry things for them home.
Can you repeat number 4 and 5? The last two sentences.
Her husband waited an hour, and then Mr. Sims wanted her husband to carry things for them home.
Mrs. Sims wanted her husband, right?
Right.
Yes. Yes, very good. So can you tell us about the transition words that you use?
Yes, I use because, such as.
Very good.
And then.
And then. Very good.
You're welcome.
Lubna, thank you. Yes, please.
Can I read
Can we?
now?
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Sims go to the market every Saturday morning, but Mr. Sims never enjoy these visits because because his wife bought a lot of different things like fish, fruit. However, Mr. Sims waits his wife on the box. At the end, his wife asks him to carry things home for her.
Okay, thank you. What's your name?
Noor Nasrallah.
Noor. Can you tell us, Noor, about the transition words that you used?
I used but, and, then, however, at the end.
Thank you so much. Very good.
You're welcome.
Yes. Who else?
Yes,
Me.
Yes, Ala, go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. go to the market on Saturday
Mr. and
morning.
Mr. and Mrs. what? You need to mention the name of the family.
Go to the market on Saturday morning.
You need to
But
say Mr. and Mrs. Sims. Yes, can you repeat, please?
Mr. and Miss.
Yes, can you repeat?
أكمل.
repeat أعيدي.
The family go to the market on Saturday morning, but
Yes.
Mr. Sims never enjoys these visits. Also, Mr. Sims bought some meat and fish and fruit and vegetables. And who passed and them man come up. Finally, she wants you to care for.
Wants you or wants her husband? We are talking here about Mrs. Sims. She wants her husband.
Husband her books to home for he.
Okay, what are the transition words?
But also finally.
Okay, good, but concerning the word also, the use of also here is not correct. You can say, for example, you can use another way, another word. Okay, you can use, for example, however, in this context السياق. Okay, so
because
correct. Can you repeat the word or the sentence that you started with the word also? Can you say it again from the word also?
Also أيضا.
Yes, can you say the sentence also?
Also Mr. Sims bought some meat and fish and fruit and vegetables. أنت تقصدين إنه السياق غلط هنا مو؟
Yes, yeah. So because in the previous sentence you mentioned that he doesn't enjoy going shopping. Okay. And after that you used also. So there is no like balance in the context. Okay, so you can use, instead of also, you can use however. So although, for example, he doesn't love shopping, but he bought some meat, fish, etc. Okay, so the suitable word here is however instead of also.
يعني بنحتاج بنقولها some meat and fish also
You
fruit.
can just delete the word also and put instead of it however. Okay, instead of also, just use however. Okay, thank you. Yes, anyone wants to share the answers?
Me, can I read?
Miss. Me, bro.
Yes, go ahead. One of you.
Mr. and Mr. and Mrs. Sims spent their Saturday morning at the market, but Mr. Sims is not happy while shopping. Mrs. Sims buy a lot of things, such as some meat, fish,
Mr.
fruit, and
Sorry,
vegetables.
Mrs. Sims, we say buy or bought. The question here in the past, right? Did his wife buy? So we need to answer in
Bought.
the past simple. So bought.
Okay. Bought a lot of things, such as some meat, fish, fruit, and vegetable. So it's take whole hour. Fine. At the end, Mrs. Sims asked her husband to carry the things to the home, despite they're heavy.
Okay, to carry things, we don't say to the home. To carry things home, just in this way. To carry things home.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. What are the transition words that you used?
Such as at the end and but.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Very good.
You're welcome.
Yes, anyone else?
Can I read?
Me, bro.
Yes, please, because the time I think is running out. So can you say it quickly? Because we don't
me,
have
bro.
enough time. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith go every Saturday in the market. Mr. Smith never enjoys for this visit. His wife bought a lot of things in the market, such as meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. His husband waited for 1 hour, and Mrs. Smith wanted to help from her husband to carry all things to the home.
Okay. I see that you didn't use any transition words, right?
Such as.
Okay, just such as.
Just
like,
such as.
Okay, when you, for example, move from answer number 1 to answer number 2, you can use, for example, but, okay, or however, in order just to link these two sentences. Okay, you can use from transition or from movement from one sentence to another, you can use linking words. Okay, thank you. Yes, who else?
Can I read?
Yes, please go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith go to the market on Saturday morning, but Mr. Smith never enjoys this visit. However, Mr. Smith bought some such as meat, fish, fruit, and vegetables. Her husband waited on her. Finally, she wanted her husband to carry them home for her.
Okay, what are the transition words?
Both, I use both, however, such as finally.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes, anyone else? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your hard working. Do you have any question?
No.
Do you have any question concerning
No,
this text or anything else?
أنا أنسة بدي أسألك
Yes, go ahead.
بس عن أسئلة الامتحان كيف ممكن تجي؟
Okay, this is too early, right? But concerning this class, which is comprehension, we will have like a text and the questions related to this text. Okay, like answer, for example, choose the best answer.
أوكي
Okay, I will talk about in
أوكي
detail.
يعني like pattern
Sorry.
يعني مثل اللي عم نكتبهم هلا نفس النمط.
Yes, but they are not the same. We are just practicing. Okay, we will have a text out of the book. Okay, but it is like the same level. Okay.
Okay.
I will talk about inshallah later in more detail about the exam. Okay, so all you need now is to practice reading. Try to read many examples, many text. You have the full book in your hand. Okay, this book you can read many text in this book. You can do the same we are doing during the class. You can read the text, then explain the words. You can make like summary. You can answer the questions in a form of paragraph, okay, in order to understand the text. So try as much as you can to read many text or paragraphs in order to improve your comprehension or your understanding while you are reading. Okay, don't depend on just the class or on the university in order to give you like the comprehension or understanding. No, the university just gives you the keys in order to work on yourself. Okay, so try please to work on yourself. Try to improve your reading, your writing, listening, speaking, the 4 skills I mean. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you so much. If you don't have any questions, so see you inshallah next lecture, and goodbye and good night.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye.